Hello everyone, I'm Kiki and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to be using some art supplies that I got from Arteza brush marker beginner set that I think is normally $60 or $70 like that, and I got it for about $30. But it's a 24 pack of their water-based brush markers, which I've never used before, but it also comes with, I think, 2 sketchbooks. So I'm going to open up the box and test them out a little bit. Alright, so no fireworks. Here's the pens. They look very nice. They look a pack. It's a nice little package. Put that over there. And 2 sketchbooks. They're nice. That is very thick paper. Okay, let's take these bad boys out. It's broke. That kind of sucks. This is ooh, I think this is one of those water brush pens. You put the water in it and then you kind of feels funny. Sure. Nice. I mean, I'm not a brush expert, but they look nice. Boop. Now, like I said, these ones are water-based, not alcohol-based, so I don't know how big the difference is. Artistic-wise, I've never used alcohol-based markers either. I mean, but they look nice, so I'm going to have a bit of a play. And now I guess it's time to see if they blend well. I also have no idea what I'm doing, so this is my review from someone who doesn't know what the heck they're doing. They definitely have, if you have a steady hand, which I actually don't have that much of a steady hand, you can actually get some really nice fine lines. So that's nice. The amount of control on it's pretty nice. I mean, they are brush tips and they are fairly long, so it is a little bit hard to control, but the range of your stroke is pretty nice. So, I've played around a bit. I'm going to attempt to now color this in. So I decided to go with a line work that I already had made. This is actually the line work from my mermaid picture last year. Just because I wanted to not necessarily focus on what I was making with the picture, but just on how the markers went together and how they worked, and just generally trying to focus more on trying to use the markers rather than what I was trying to make with the markers. So using something that I had already made allowed me to be a little bit more confident with just going in and doing something rather than trying to figure out what I was even going to do. And I think it worked out really well. I enjoyed coloring this picture and again in a different medium, and I think it came out pretty good. I really enjoyed using these markers and trying to figure out how to put them down before I put them down, and making sure I remembered about having to keep the darker colors out of where the lighter colors are, and figuring out how to mix them together and stuff. Because I've never really used markers to make an artwork with. I mean, As a kid, you know, everyone uses the typical Crayola markers and you go scribble, 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 but you're not really thinking too much about highlights and lowlights and shadows and stuff like that. I did sort of mess myself up right from the get-go by not putting in the glow from her hand first, but that's on me, not on the markers, and I'll know better for next time. But I had fun with them, and only had a little bit of trouble with bleeding, like with her eyes, the blue went a little bit out of sight of them. And then when I was trying to use the water brush in order to try and blend on the panther a little bit, because the light purple actually was a little bit dry. The light purple and the flesh tone markers are actually pretty dry compared to all the other ones. That's probably my biggest complaint about the markers themselves. But when I was trying to use the water brush thing in order to try and smooth out the transitions on the panther, I ended up squirting a little bit too much water out, and yeah, that was fun. But overall, I had a lot of fun with it, and it was definitely different and a different kind of challenge, trying to think of where the lowlights and highlights were, as I said. And I definitely plan to use these again in the future. The only thing with the panther, he looks really blue in the video. He's not. But the only thing with the panther is I didn't have quite the right color blue for his fins, so they sort of blend into him. Because in the original picture, they're actually closer to like a steel blue color, like a sort of teal/steel blue, which I don't have with these markers. But I had fun. I just kind of really roughly put in colors for a background just so that they were framed in something. And I think it only took me about, I don't know, 3 hours? 4 hours? I don't think it took me too long. So, I don't think I did too bad. I'll try to put like the original over here so you can compare them. But for not knowing what I was doing, as I like the idea of just trying it without knowing. I don't know why, I just do. But overall, I really liked using these, and I'm definitely going to try to get better with them and use them more. I don't think I did a bad job. The biggest two things were when I was using this, I accidentally squeezed it and sort of, yeah, and I didn't think to put in the effect of the light around her hand first and then work around it, so I wasn't able to do that, unfortunately. But overall, I really like how it turned out, and I really do like these markers. But the price I got them at, and the fact that I got two fairly large watercolor paper pad things with them was a really good bargain. And I would definitely recommend these to anyone, honestly, especially if you're going to get the beginner bundle, because you do get 24 of these and those two watercolor pads, so you don't have to worry about watercolor paper for a while. But yeah, this is me not using markers very much. I do like these, so I would recommend them, even if you don't use markers that much. But yeah, if you enjoyed this and me fooling around and not having a clue as to what I'm doing, please check out some of my other videos, and if you enjoy those, then please hit the subscribe button and the bell so you get notifications. I upload every Sunday and Wednesday, and I hope that you will join me on my art journey. Bye!